Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and welcome back to another review. And again, this is a review from my friend Mike OCP, who sent me a lot of films. I know I have a lot to get to, and then there's other stuff after that. But uh, this film today is Deep Red, and no, not the Dario Argento one. This is the one from. This is actually a TV movie from 1994. It's a film starring Michael Biehn. Michael Biehn actually stars in this. I like Michael Biehn. And The Terminator, Aliens, The Abyss. He's been in a lot of other films. The Fan, which, the 80s one, which I didn't care for. Rampage, which wasn't my cup of tea. Uh, Little role in The Rock. Michael Bihn's been in a lot of stuff. I know he's done some newer stuff. I saw The Divide. I didn't care for it. The other stuff he did, I haven't seen yet. But Michael Biehn is one of those actors I like. I think he's one of the reasons I like this film okay, but I think one of the pitfalls is this was a TV movie. I don't know if it was HBO or Showtime, what it was, but this directed by Cradar Baxley. Now, of course, this guy did Action Jackson. Then he did I Come in Peace, which is my favorite of what he did. He did Stone Cold with Brian Bosworth, which I really enjoy as well. But it was a little bit after that he did this film, a TV movie, which is too bad because he got stuck with TV a lot. He did a lot of Stephen King miniseries. I think he did stuff like Rose Red and Kingdom Hospital and a lot of other stuff, TV miniseries and stuff, which is too bad. Probably because all three of those films, Action Jackson, I Come in Peace, and Stone Cold, they didn't really do anything, which is sad. But really enjoy those films. They're all better than this one. But this one, it's okay for a TV movie, but it's there. I wouldn't say it's bad. I mean, the film I'm reviewing next, I like this film okay as well. Monolith with Bill Paxton, but I'd probably say maybe I like this a little bit more. Because it had a little bit more going on in this film, but at the same time, this was a TV movie, so maybe that's why. And I like Michael Biehn in the film. He does an okay job. You also have Delancey, John Delancey in this from Star Trek Next Generation. Tobin Bell has an appearance before he did the Saw films. Pretty much it starts out with this ship that's battling another ship, and the one ship gets fucked up, and one of its shard lands to Earth. And a little piece hits this little girl, and it goes into her hand. And then we're cut a little bit later. And Michael Bihn's pretty much sort of a private eye type of guy. This film is definitely a take on film noir, because there's narration by Michael Biehn, and you get a little bit of backstory that there's this cop buddy of his who was getting death threats from this guy, and Michael Biehn tried to save the cop's wife and daughter, but they got killed, and Michael Biehn blames himself, and the cop buddy blames him as well. So he's a little bit, just much time later, he's shaken up from that. He takes his job. They're supposed to find this guy, and that's Tobin Bell, who has his flamethrower. And he says, well, yeah, they don't like flamethrowers. Like, they don't like fire. And I'm thinking, isn't that everybody? Doesn't everybody like, hate fire? Like, isn't it everybody that hates fire, not just people you find out? But wouldn't that be a problem for everybody, fire? But then these people come in who are dressed up like milkmen. I know how it sounds. But Tobin Bell shoots one out the window with his flamethrower. Michael Biehn shoots one with bullets and does nothing. He gets pretty much knocked the fuck out. And John D. Lancey comes in. He's our villain. Pretty much they killed Tobin Bell. And what you find out, what all this going on is this thing called Reds. And the reason the title Deep Red is this thing that this little girl has, which that shard that went to her blood, she was sick and she got better. And some scientists took some blood from her and they realized it was a key to immortality. That if you took it, you would get younger, healthier. Again, sort of a step towards immortality. But the stuff the little girl has is deep red. But others, they're just called reds because they have to take shots all the time. And of course, John D. Lancey wants to find a way to just take one and be done with it. and also probably to make it viable to sell to other people. I mean, when you have the power to sell immortality, he's going to kill some motherfuckers to do it. Stephen Williams, who was in Jason Goes to Hell, and he was also the character of X on the X-Files. He's there as a police chief type of guy who is friendly with Michael Biehn, and I like Stephen Williams. And I think the problem with me with this film is because it's a TV movie, not a whole lot happens. Like, Michael Biehn finds his buddy dead. He finds this other woman who's a sort of a cop who's watching this woman and daughter, and Michael Bihn's like, well, how come you saw me earlier? And they're like, we don't know what you're talking about. Because later you find out that people who take these reds, they can also, for a little time, shift, sort of shape shift. And that's only played off a little bit, not played off tons. Pretty much he finds out that this locker he was given Michael Biehn is a transmitter, so they get the hell out of there. And they climb down this ladder, and they pretty much Michael Biehn puts this lighter in this gas tank and blows it up, blows the car up, and they get out of there. And pretty much they hide out. You get a little bit of backstory of what happened with Michael Bihn's character, like I explained. Michael Bihn's going through changes because you find out I guess Tobin Bell put some of those reds in the cigarettes. So Michael Biehn, he's getting better. I don't know better from what, if he was sick or if he was from his drunkenness. I don't know, but I guess he's gets better. But it's to lead to a little bit in the later on in the film, some of the stuff that happens. I mean, pretty much he calls Stephen Williams. Stephen Williams gets there, but of course we find out that's not really Stephen Williams. Stephen Williams has been killed. That's John D. Lancey or someone else pretending to be Stephen Williams. Confronts his buddy, the cop, his old buddy, the one whose wife and kid was killed. And Michael Biehn has a good, decent acting scene. Was like, come on, Mac, shoot me, come on. Gets the guy to shoot him, but he doesn't die. Because I guess because of these reds, they've fixed cells. So if you get shot, you're not going, just like Michael Biehn shot that guy at the beginning of the film. It'll fix you up. So that's what I mean, sort of a key to immortality. So the guy, is caught, believes him. They become friends again. I guess, you become, if you shoot one and they live, you're going to become friends again. Hey, if you shoot your friend and he lives, hang out and get a drink or something. But him shooting Michael Biehn and Michael Biehn surviving, they become friends again. They get to this dairy place because, again, like I said, they were milkmen. And I know it sounds ridiculous. It sounds more ridiculous than it is, really. And it's a pretty ho-hum finale because I think there's other low-budget films like Action Jackson, Stone Cold, Icon Piece that Kratar Baxley did. And he used his budget very well, and then you get to hear, and granted it's a TV movie, maybe that's why, but it's like not much happens. Even at this ending, you get the idea that John D. Lancey has the girl, and the little girl, and the female cop, that John D. Lancey can shapeshift, but he doesn't really use it to his advantage. Like, you think he uses it to try to trick Michael Biehn, but he really doesn't. His partner goes off to this other guy and shoots the guy. I guess he's got like a grenade launcher or something, shoots him while the bad guy's in a milk truck, blows up the milk truck. But then that guy gets shot in the shoulder or something. And pretty much Michael Biehn chases John D. Lancey, who has a little girl, shoots John D. Lancey a couple times, shoots him so that he falls off into this vat of flammable stuff. Michael Biehn shoots him again, and it blows up. So you get about, we're counting a little bit with Tobin Bell blasting someone out the window, the Michael Biehn blowing up the car, the partner blowing up the milk guy, and this, I guess 4 explosions or something. I mean, I could count the explosions on my hand, for fuck's sake. And the action scenes, there's not much action, not much stuff really happens. I mean, it's a TV movie. Maybe, again, that's probably why. Pretty much Michael Biehn, he's in jail, but he gets out of jail. because the daughter and the older woman give him the cigarette, which are the reds, so he can shapeshift a little bit. But of course they do with cutaways to save some money. This is a stupid little nitpick, but when they ride off into the sunset, it's funny because Michael Bihn's talking about how future he's got to do some stuff. But I'm like, it's the end of the world because, like, think of this screen as them heading off into the sunset. The sun is this big. Like, the sun is literally here and there. Like, that's how big the sun is. Like, if this is the screen, this is about where the sun is from here to the bottom. Filling out the whole screen. I'm like, they're driving into it. I'm like, if the sun is that big or that close, it's the end of the world, Michael Biehn. You have more problems. It's the end of the fucking world. We're dead. It's gonna burn up. Or it's fucking knowing all over again. But, or something else. I mean, uh, the film, Michael Biehn, I think he's okay. He does a decent job. John D. Lancey is okay. Stephen Williams I like. It's an okay film, time waster, but it's there. I mean, it's not much happens. Not much action. I mean, again, it's more a little bit more of a film noir type, I guess, but it's there. It's not bad, but it's a TV movie and it's there. I mean, it's an okay film, but it's not a film I rewatch a lot, to be honest. I mean, I would say I liked it more than The Fan from the '80s that Michael Biehn was in with Lauren Bacall, but it's just there. It's definitely one of the weaker Cradar Baxley films. I mean, I don't remember the miniseries he did, but definitely, I mean, compared to the first three, Action Jackson, I Come in Peace, Stone Cold, this is definitely a step down, big step down. It's there. It's not much to it. I like Michael Biehn. I think that's why I saw it. It's there. It's again what I said. Not much happens in the film. That's sort of the thing. Not much happens. So I think that's sort of a problem with it. I mean, even this film, which I'll review next, I thought this film was okay as well, but even then, there's a little bit more to it. But and that's a low budget movie. But again, that wasn't made for TV. This is made for TV. So I'm guessing because it was made for TV, Treyarch actually didn't have jack shit to work with. Maybe that's why. I'm guessing. And when you did miniseries, you get more money, of course. But it was there. So if you're a big Michael Biehn fan, yeah, give it a look. If you're a big Treyarch Baxley fan, yeah, give it a look. But it's just there. Just there. That's all I can say. It's there. But either way, I don't know what more to say. Not much of a review, but it's kind of not much of a movie, but it's just there. I thought it was okay for Michael Biehn, but that's pretty much it. And the whole time, if you heard something, it's my stomach that keeps talking out of turn. So I guess my stomach had more to talk about in this movie than I did, because it keeps talking. But anyway, if you didn't hear that, oh well. If you did hear that, sorry about that. But either way, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you later.